Today I'm going to show you how to remove a toilet. Now there's a story behind this toilet. This toilet right here was installed about 8 years ago, and it hasn't had a leak since. And the reason why is the closet flange has been built up about a 1/4 inch above the finished floor. Now the finished floor I'm removing because we're totally remodeling this 100-year-old bathroom. But I'm going to show you today how to remove a toilet without a single drop of water hitting the floor. It's really cool, and you only need 3 tools, maybe 4. So this is a crescent wrench. You'll need this, perhaps a pair of channel locks, maybe an oscillating multi-tool, or a mini hacksaw, and I'll explain why here in a second. Not a bad idea to have a pair of gloves either. It's a little hard to see, but there is a shutoff valve right next to this toilet. You should have a shutoff valve in your bathroom. Turn it clockwise to turn the water off to the toilet. Flush the toilet. Hold the flapper up until all of or most of the water is removed from the toilet tank. Now here's the deal. I'm going to keep this toilet in one piece. If you're going to remove the tank from the bowl so that you can get it out of your house a little bit easier, you need to sponge all the water from the tank, put it in here, or put it in a bucket. Because that way when you pull the toilet tank off the bowl, the water won't spill all over the floor. Now, I wanted to share something with you. When you go to pull the toilet bowl off the closet flange, there's a little bit of water in the P-trap. That's what prevents sewer gas from coming back up into your house and your bathroom from smelling like, well, poop or pee. So one way to prevent that water from dripping out of the P-trap is to use LiquiLock. The great thing about LiquiLock and why I like it, and I've been using it for years, is basically what you do is you tear open the packet and you throw it into the bowl. It will make the water in the bowl a gel. You gotta wait about 4 or 5 minutes. Once the water in the bowl gels, you can just pick the whole toilet up off the flange and remove it without any leaks. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna tear open this packet. You want to use 1 packet for a 1.6 gallon toilet. You need to use 2 packets for a toilet twice that size. So for a toilet that's, what do they say, 3.5 gallons, you need 2 packets. I think this packet costs about $3, but it's totally worth it, and you'll see this crystallize and gel in just a few minutes. So here you go. This is what it looks like. And this is why the water will not drip on your floor. But wait the 4 or 5 minutes because it has to become a gel the whole way down into the P-trap. So be patient. So the next step is to remove the closet flange nuts from the closet flange bolts. So you just want to remove any protective cap. Set that to the side if you're keeping the toilet. There's typically a plastic washer or spacer here, then a metal washer, then your closet flange bolt and nut. So actually this is loose still, so I can remove that by hand, but you can use a crescent wrench or a pair of channel locks. Now here's the deal. You need to do this on both sides of the toilet. So you just move that up like so. If you were having trouble with this nut, here and it wasn't coming off, what you could do is cut the closet flange bolt either with a mini hacksaw or an oscillating multi-tool with a metal attachment to it, like this one here. And you could just cut that closet flange bolt right there and cut the nut off. So before I remove the toilet, I do want to make one comment, and that is these closet flange nuts were not very tight. You saw that, right? And Charlie, my plumber, the plumber that I use over here in this area of Pittsburgh, he put these nuts on. And Charlie's been a plumber for 25 years. The purpose of me telling you how loose these were is the fact that if you over tighten them, you're going to crack your toilet bowl. So these do not need to be super tight. An American Standard, which I firmly believe has one of the best toilets on the market in the Cadet 3 or the Champion series, they actually took the guesswork out of installing these nuts. So I'll show you that in a later tutorial though. You need to remove the water supply line from the toilet tank that leads to the shutoff valve in your bathroom. So put a Tupperware container or an old paint can under here, loosen it up. Water will drip out of the tank, and that's why you want to remove most of the water from the tank. Just make note of the direction that I'm twisting it. So now that the water supply line is disconnected, the closet flange nuts are loosened, you can lift the toilet off the closet flange and set it aside. Oh, and the nice thing is, all the water is gelled up in the toilet bowl, so no water leaks. So I am going to warn you, if you have a weak stomach, do not look at this next clip. But this is the reason why the toilet bowl never leaked again after Charlie installed it. Nice thick wax ring. This is not feces, pretty sure. Alright, it's just, basically discoloration because of time. And what we're going to do is take a putty knife and remove that and clean off the closet flange. So I'm going to share with you a few tips that Charlie shared with me a few years ago that I think could really help you out. Tip number 1 is a no-brainer. You should always do this, but you need to plug your closet flange if you're not going to be installing your toilet right away, because all the sewer gas is going to come up through. It's just going to make your bathroom smell, well, like sewer. Second tip that Charlie gave to me was you don't need to use a wax ring that has a plastic horn on it. His theory was that this slows down the actual, stuff that's going into the sewer, into the main waste. So try to stay away from wax rings that have this plastic flange on it. You can use, if your closet flange is installed the right way, you can get an extra thick wax ring and just put it on top here. Then you can put your toilet on top of it and you should be good to go. Like I said, this closet flange, the reason why it worked so well is it's literally a ½ inch above the finished floor. You want it to be above the finished floor. Even is like okay. Below the finished floor is bad news, and that's where you'll leak. You'll have a leak. Another tip is when you put these closet flange bolts in place, they should be nice and sturdy. They themselves should be attached to the closet flange spacer or the closet flange using a washer and then a nut. These closet flange bolts do not move, and that's what makes them so sturdy. If you have to use a closet flange spacer, use extra long closet flange bolts so that when they come up out of the closet flange spacer and you put your toilet down on top of them, you have enough closet flange bolt to ratchet down on with the nut. By the way, I wanted to let you know, I'm not throwing away this toilet. This is an American Standard Cadet 3 toilet, and they are awesome. Because we've never had a leak, we've never had a clog with it, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to put it in storage. When I need it, I'm going to install it at a different rental home. Alright, so there you go. That is how you remove a toilet from the closet flange. So I hope that this video helped you out with the tips. If you've got any questions, ask them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to help you out. I know that this video doesn't address installing the new toilet. We're going to have a video showing you how to do that in the future, and most likely I will have a link to that in this video so you can watch how to install a toilet there. And I'd be more than happy to help you out with your installation. I'm not a plumber or anything. I just have learned all my tips from plumbers and contractors that I know here in Pittsburgh. So again, hope that you enjoyed the video. I'll see you down in the comments. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. My bladder is about this big. This was the only toilet in the house. I'm going to be making runs to the gas station.